What's up, family? It's your boy Vega Bomber here with my next movie review. Now, the movie I'm going to talk about is a movie I've been waiting to see. Now, you may remember at the beginning of the year, I couldn't wait to see Black Panther for sure, Infinity War. Well, this one would probably be in the number 3 spot, and that is Equalizer 2. Now, did you guys see Equalizer 1? Because if you haven't seen that movie, oh man, I'm telling you, you're missing out. In fact, I watched Equalizer 1, the first one, several times. And I saw it in the theater several times. And when I bought the Blu-ray, I watched it a lot. I loved it. It was my favorite. I would say Denzel Washington. This is one of my favorite roles that Denzel Washington's ever played. And he's played many roles, but I love this role. And in fact, this is what I hoped the Black Panther would be. I'd be a lot like this, because that's how Black Panther is. He's really smart. He's very methodical. And when he rips stuff up, he rips stuff up. So, but with Marvel, in the Marvel format, we get the kiddie version, really, in a way, with a lot of the jokey jokes. So we didn't quite get this. I think Black Panther in Civil War was more like Robert McCall from Equalizer. But I would say in this last movie, not so much. In his own movie, not so much. But I get what they were trying to go for. So, what's this movie about? Well, for those who don't know, Denzel Washington plays Robert McCall, who's a former Marine and special ops type person who is just somebody you don't want to mess with, just like in the tradition of Taken, John Wick, Jason Bourne, that type. And so he's a guy that when he steps into a room, he tears it up. Now, what's interesting is Denzel Washington playing a guy like this is pretty fun. It reminds me of his character in Man on Fire. So, love this. This film is directed by Antoine Fuqua. So, you may remember him other than just doing the first one. And by the way, this Equalizer series is the first time for Antoine Fuqua to do a sequel, which is strange, as many movies as he's made, but this is the first one that he ever made a sequel to. So, well, we can talk about that. But Antoine Fuqua did some great movies. Before this, you may remember Training Day, Brooklyn's Finest, Olympus Has Fallen really wasn't that great, or Tears of the Sun wasn't that great, but he was involved in Magnificent Seven, which I thought was good. So there's a chemistry going on between Denzel Washington and Antoine Fuqua for sure. And in this film, you see it. In this film, my goodness, the best parts about this film, let's start with the good, is certainly the acting from Denzel Washington's perspective. Every time he steps on screen, you just believe that he's this cold, calculated, unemotional guy who, when he has to pay you back, he's going to pay you back, and you can count on it. And he's not fearful, he's not worried, and he'll get the job done. So Denzel does a great job playing that role, and I think that's the best part of the movie, really. The other parts of the movie, I would say the action scenes were pretty good. I don't feel like there was as many action scenes as there was in the first one. And I'll just go ahead and say it right now. The first one was way better than this one. The first one I can still watch again. I don't really know that I want to watch Equalizer 2 again. I just don't. And so maybe I should tell you why. And so let me move to the negatives. And the negatives would be, I don't think the story was as strong this time around. And I felt like the extra plot threads that they had, that they were going to tie together to make this more of a deeper film, I don't think they really necessarily worked. And I felt like the movie was very disjointed. I felt like the editing was really bad. I really was finding myself trying to figure out, where is this movie trying to take me with this? And then other parts of the story were just so predictable that you knew it was coming. Now, again, that's just being part of an action film. You always know that somebody that's close to somebody is going to get killed or be held for ransom or something like that. And then that's going to make this person flip a switch and go crazy and want to go kill folks. So that's just something you just have to expect in action movies. But here, I would say that this just isn't. I'll just say Equalizer 2 just doesn't live up to the hype at all. It is a Denzel Washington film, and you can be happy with that. But you take Denzel Washington out of this film is a film you wouldn't even waste time on. I really believe that. And I hate to say that, because I really wanted to love this movie, but I don't love it. And I'm certainly debating whether I'd even buy it on Blu-ray. And that's a sign of me maybe not engaging with the movie as well as I could, because if a movie's really good, I'm going to buy the Blu-ray. That's going to happen. But here in this case, I'm not so inclined. I really, I just don't know. The magic just wasn't there this time around. I saw what they were trying to do. They were trying to take some of the same themes that they used the first time around, but I think the first time around they did it better. And I don't think it's because we focused on so many side characters. We focused on just two, Ralphie and the girl. Here, it was two again, but you just didn't care by the way it was paced. You didn't really care one way or the other for the old man that's in this video or in this movie. The character of Miles, which he befriends, which is kind of like the Chloe Moretz or whatever her name is, who was in the first one, who was the prostitute that he was saving. Miles is that character in this one, and Miles is just a guy who's trying to decide between going to the street life or following his dream to do what he does best, which is draw. He's someone who's very artistic in that way. So yeah, he had some pretty good lines, but that was it. So I know I realize I've spent most of this time talking about what I didn't like about the film, and I'll just say I really am unimpressed with this film. Love Denzel Washington, love what he did, love that I at least got to see the film, and I did enjoy the pure moments where there was the fighting and he was just taking out the bad guys. Who doesn't want to see that? But man, if you take Denzel Washington out of this film is nothing. It really does, and it pains me to say it. So what about you? Are you going to go see it? Are you going to see it today? Are you going to see it Saturday? Are you going to see it Sunday? Are you going to see it this weekend, opening weekend? If so, you know what? Go see it for yourself. Don't let me tell you one way or the other. If you're a big Denzel Washington fan, you will still enjoy Denzel in this movie. If you're a fan of just good storytelling and crafting and characterization, you might feel like you wanted a little more when you left the theater. But anyway, how about this? Watch the movie, tell me what you think, and I'll meet you in the comments section. Alright, it's your boy Vega Bomber, giving you the real on the movies that I'm seeing, and I'm out. Yup!